Hey, Pastor Charlie here with you during the Clearview's Daily Bread, looking at Psalm 32 for Friday, April 3rd. Psalm 32, one of the verses that really stood out to me was really just the second half of verse 10. It says, "Many are the woes of the wicked, but the Lord's unfailing love surrounds the one who trusts in Him." Right? How good it is to be surrounded, like everywhere we go, surrounded by God's unfailing love. And so that really stood out to me. Overall, this is a fantastic psalm, Psalm 32. It's a psalm of confession. All right, so the author kind of goes through and talks about transgressions and sins and the Lord not counting against it. And he says, hey, I felt guilty. I felt bad, right? When I kept silent, my bones wasted away, groaning all day long. That's verse 3. Verse 4, for day and night your hand was heavy upon me. My strength was sapped as in the heat of summer. And then verse 5, right? All this stuff's going on. Then verse 5, then I acknowledged my sin to you and did not cover up my iniquity. I said, I will confess my transgressions to the Lord, and you forgave the guilt of my sin. And so in Hebrew, kind of three major words for the word sin: iniquity, transgressions, sin. You see all three of those together in verse 5. We acknowledge those to God, and what happens? He forgives us, right? Reminds me of a great New Testament promise verse dealing with this idea of confession. 1 John chapter 1, verse 9, it says, if we confess our sins, He is faithful, meaning God is faithful and just, and will forgive us our sins, and not only forgive us our sins, but purify us from all unrighteousness. What a wonderful promise that is from God. So anyhow, Psalm 32, kind of a foreshadowing of that work that Jesus does on the cross, washing away all of our sin, all of our iniquity, all of our transgressions. Good stuff. So I'd love to hear from you and what God is speaking to you through Psalm 32.